Everyone, today we are going to discuss chapter 2, that is generations of computer. Dear children, just like we all have different generations of people in our family, like grandparents, parents and children. Similarly, computer also has different generations. The word generation refers to the state of improvement in any product. So we can say that the generations of computer means remarkable improvement and growth in computer technology. The growth of computer took place in 5 different phases. With each different generation, the computer and its devices are becoming smaller, more advanced and powerful. Here in this video, one by one, we will discuss 5 different generations of computer. Let's begin with the first generation computers. The first generation computer was started in 1946. The makers of these computers used thousands of vacuum tubes which were often huge, taking up the space of the entire room. Here on page number 11, you can see the picture of vacuum tube. This is a vacuum tube. A vacuum tube consists of a glass of wool and wire. The wire is used to carry the data in the form of electronic signals. This is a first generation computer, UNIVAC. Here you can see the computer is big one that taking up the space of the entire room. So next, the computers was very big. Next, in the first generation, machine language was used for instructing the computer system. Machine language that is understood by the computer only. In this language, we use zeros and ones. That is, binary digits were used to give the instruction to the system. Examples of first generation computer is ENIAC and UNIAC. The full form of ENIAC is electronic, numerical, integrator and calculator. UNIVAC is universal automatic computer. In first generation, there were some disadvantages, that the computers were very big, they were very expensive, they produced lot of heat, the operating system was very slow. Due to these limitations and drawbacks of first generation computer, the more advanced computer developed, which were the second generation computers. Second generation computer were developed in 1959 to 1964. In this generation, transistors were used instead of the vacuum tubes. As transistors are smaller than the vacuum tubes, the computers become much smaller in size and they also become faster and cheaper. But you open your page number 11, you can see the picture of transistors. See, the size of the transistors is smaller than the vacuum tubes. Means one vacuum tube is equal to 40 transistors. The size of the transistors were small. That's why the size of the computers of second generation computers were small. In this generation, assembly language was used to give the instruction to the system. Assembly language means in this language, symbolic codes were used, like add word is used for addition instead of the 0 and 1. In machine language, 0 and 1s are used for giving the instruction to the system. But in assembly language, these mnemonic codes, these symbols are used for the instruction. The examples of the second generation computer is IBM 140 and Mark III. See children, as you know, this is a theoretical chapter. You need to remember these 5 points in each generation, like the time period of the generation, which technology is used in each generation, the size of the computer, which programming language is used, with and example of the generations. Clear? Now we are going to discuss third generation computer. 1965 to 1970 was the time period of third generation computer, and in third generation computer the technology was used that is a integrated circuit IC. It is also known as a semiconductor, which made the computer more powerful and increased the speed and efficiency of computer. In this book, you can see the picture of the integrated circuits that carry billion of instructions in a few seconds, and this is a very small in size. High-level languages are used in third generation computers like Fortran and COBOL. The full form of COBOL is Common Business Oriented Language, and Fortran is Formula Translation. These languages are almost equal to a English language, and it is a very user-friendly languages. The example of third generation computer is IBM 360, CDC, etc. The size of the third generation computers become smaller, they were more reliable, and they generate less heat. In this, users interact with keyboards and monitors which interfaced with an operating system. Now next is fourth generation computers. Fourth generation computers were started in 1971. It uses microprocessor that consist of small silicon chips in which thousands of circuits are placed. These computers become more powerful. They could be linked together to form network, which led to the development of internet. These computers were smaller than the previous generation of computers. User-friendly, high-level languages are used in this generation, that is C and C++. The example of fourth generation computer is IBM 370, Intel 4004. Fifth generation computers are still in development, and it is based on the artificial intelligence. The main goal of the fifth generation computer is to develop the computer that can respond to natural languages and are capable of learning and taking their own decisions. The size of the fifth generation computers are too small, and it uses natural languages like SQL, Prolog. The example of the fifth generation computer is robots. So dear students, with this our second chapter has finished. Thank you. God bless you.